You ever get that kind of strange familiarity with history when reading your horoscope? Can ancient astrology have the answers to secret practices? Welcome to Beyond the Hub podcast. I am Nick.
And I am Brandon. Today, this mysterious world is where astrology meets witchcraft, alchemy, and spirituality. So, kick back with us, step into the time machine of your mind, and let's go find those secret threads that connect the stars to the mystical.
Join us as we continue our three-part series on astrology and paranormal connections.
So, we begin this journey within the dimly lit rooms of medieval Europe, where more often than not, astrology mixed with witchcraft. Now, the astrologers studied not only the stars, but they made magical sigils based on astrological alignments.
It just goes to show how celestial knowledge during the Renaissance was believed to empower the speaking and practicing of spells and rituals. And guess what? During the Renaissance, choosing the right astrological hour could supposedly increase a potion's effectiveness or a curse's power.
That's absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder how influential those ancient beliefs actually are in regards to current astrology-based practices. Like, did we get what we have today by going all through time and keeping up with that? Or did it modify? Did it change? It just makes me wonder. What about you guys? Do you think that I think they come from historically based? But what about you? What about you?
Me? I think so.
Yeah. We seem to be in agreement on this. So, I'd love to hear from you guys.
Moving from witchcraft to alchemist's forge, astrology was central in the hands of figures like Paracelsus. Indeed, the planets ruled over the minerals and herbs that governed his alchemical concoctions.
Whoa, alchemical.
Yes, sir.
I like that word. It reminds me of Full Metal Alchemist. It's an anime, because I'm a weeb. Funny to think, though, that the alchemists saw the universe as some kind of gigantic chemical laboratory where the planets were mixing and churning out elements in their own way. Do you think that it could be that these old alchemic symbols encoded in the modern astrological signs are really vestiges of this deep-rooted cosmic connection?
I do think so.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's carried through time. Did a pretty good job. I mean, I mentioned in the previous episode about fallen angels teaching humans, forbidden knowledge, the occult, the hidden knowledge, I should say, the occult. And if that's made it all the way through time through those practices, maybe it's also secret knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's the group? The Freemasons.
Yes.
There's different degrees of it and different degrees of getting involved into it. And if you get accepted into a lodge, I've heard some stories from ex-Freemasons that they will share with what they're comfortable with sharing, but there's certain things that they won't share because of maybe potential consequences they could face for sharing those secrets.
What do they know?
I think they know occult things, man. I think they're practicing occult things. I think that maybe some of them are communication with, entities and or spirits that may not have the best interest of humanity in mind. That's what I truly think. What about you?
I really think so. I think something is being hidden there.
Yeah, Freemasons, I'm not saying like Illuminati, which don't get me, I can go off on a whole nother tangent about that. They're not the same group. Freemasonry is acknowledged as true. It's not a conspiracy theory like the Illuminati.
Mm.
It's just accepted as hidden, and you can go out of your way to get into one. You gotta work for it to get into a lodge and seek that knowledge. But I myself will not be doing that because God forbids it, so I don't.
I'll try to get in. I'll tell you what happens.
Let me know, you curious mofo.
Either way, it's interesting stuff. Everyone, what about you? Do you think ancient alchemical secrets are lurking within your sign? Tweet us at Beyond the Hub with your insights or drop a comment below.
I like Sagittarius because it's a horseman with a bow and arrow. And I just thought they were cool.
Yeah.
Like, they're centaurs. Centaur's the right... I think that's the right mythological being. Horse legs, man body, bow and arrow, fire sign, cool, all that stuff. But I wonder what significance it has in the like actual practical occult world. Like what type of incantations or chants or spells are being performed with the... Maybe it's the alignment of celestial objects. Maybe it's like in the Sagittarius retrograde or something. I don't know. The retrogrades are planets, right? Like a planet, like Mercury retrograde. That maybe the Sagittarius. I just want to know. I really don't know. I want to know what the significance is of your sign and what type of occult practices are associated with it. Do you think it differs from sign to sign? Like what they excel in practicing?
I think so. Do you think like they're bound to their sign? So if they try to practice from some other thing, something would happen?
That's interesting, actually, because that kind of goes along the lines of like Full Metal, not Full Metal. I just mentioned that. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I watched.
You know, with the different elements that they can bend, and they have command over, and only the Avatar can cross into the other elements.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a deeper spiritual explanation to that in the like Legend of Korra, which is a continuation of the Avatar series. I think there's a lot of hidden truths in the like woven into the stories of Avatar and the Legend of Korra. But that's interesting. Like they're stuck. Like a firebender is only a firebender. Maybe they can go into different like branches of firebending with lava bending and what was the other one? No, it was just lava bending. No, lightning bending. That was it. Lava bending and lightning redirection and conjuring, and all of that's some type of magic, kind of ish. And earth bending earth bending's lava bending. Apologies. Earth bending is lava bending and metal bending, metal work. But they couldn't, like, an earthbender isn't gonna all of a sudden just throw a fireball at you. So
maybe that's what like witchcraft is like someone combining all these elements or something. I have no idea.
I think that's more alchemy.
That is more alchemy.
Alchemy is combining the elements into things. Like, I'm not as well versed on this as I would like to know. I want to do an episode on this in the future, but have you ever heard of a homunculi?
I have not.
It's like a alchemically created being that's like possesses no soul, but it's like this little mini human creature thing. It's not necessarily a cryptid. It's part of the occult, and it's alchemically created by. It's like making a person without the soul, because we said in another episode that the human body is comprised of 99.9% of everything we can account for.
The dark matter.
But right, the dark matter episode. But you can't account for that little bit. What is that? That's theorized to be the soul. That's also theorized it could be the dark matter. Maybe the soul is comprised of dark matter or dark energy. Well, it would be dark matter in that case. Well, the homunculi is created with just the interaction of chemicals. It's chemical. It's like chemistry in high school to the next level with magic.
It's like Jurassic Parking a kid.
Yeah.
Without the soul.
Yeah. It's weird. I definitely want to do an episode.
Yeah, I like that.
In the future.
I'll add that to the.
That'd be a good solo segment for you to feature on there. It's just spitballing that out there. Maybe you guys can tune in for that. Homunculi. But carrying on, by the time we reach the 19th century, astrology and spiritualism morph into new ways. Astrology was dragged into the parlors of Victorian seances by figures like Helena Blavatsky, who would say that the stars influenced spiritual communication. I do believe that that's a thing.
And from ghostly apparitions to psychic visions, astrology begins to explain phenomena. And with the rise of spiritualism, it's so strange how we how each era comes up with a new way to weave astrology into its spiritual narrative.
Yeah. I think that absolutely is a valid point. Like, astrology has a way of becoming significant during each era. And it seems to be linked through the occult.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be linked through practicing, witchcraft or magic, spiritual practices. That it's all linked through history. What do you think about this, everyone? Is there a possibility that astrology could be the link for both of these areas? Let us hear your theories and experiences.
I like that.
Yeah.
As we close today's exploration of astrology's mystical past, do you think that the stars have always been more than just lights in the sky? Perhaps even a map to hidden knowledge?
Actually, you're giving me something to ponder. This historical perspective sets the stage perfectly for our final episode, where we will jump into the present day to explore modern paranormal studies and astrological influences.
We will investigate how contemporary paranormal research integrates astrological insights and what modern science says about celestial influence over paranormal phenomena.
Are today's paranormal investigators using astrology as a tool, just like the mystics of old? What new theories have emerged with advances in technology and understanding?
It's going to be an eye-opening discussion, as usual, so make sure you join us as we connect the cosmic dots from the past to the present.
The exploration continues, and we cannot wait to have you back for more revelations. Until then, stay curious and keep seeking the truth.
Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your personal experiences with us. We love hearing your theories and stories.
Keep them coming. And catch the final episode tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you're new here, check out our previous series where we attempt to unravel other mysteries. Link will be in the description. Well, I want to repeat, stay curious and keep seeking the truth. That's absolutely important to me. Just wanted to say.
But until next time, this is Beyond the Hub podcast, where the realms of the paranormal and conspiracies collide, and the truth is waiting to be unveiled. We'll see you soon.
Truth. Take care, everyone.